The National Human Rights Commission (NHRC) and the Children of Africa Leadership and Values Development Initiative (CALDEV) have expressed willingness to work together against all forms of violation of the rights of Nigerian children. The two organizations made this known when a delegation of CALDEV officials and school children paid a courtesy visit to the headquarters of NHRC in Abuja. Bamidele Salam, founder and president of CALDEV, who led the delegation, said the visit was part of stakeholders' engagement to rally support for the rights of Nigerian children as they mark the International Children's Day. Salam, who also represents Ede North, South Egbedero, Ejibo Federal Constituency of Osun State at the Federal House of Representatives, noted gaps on issues affecting children in Nigeria in spite of the Child Rights Act. According to UNICEF, about 17.5 million children do not have access to education in Nigeria today, and over 15 million are involved in forced labor.
Even though we have the Child Rights Act, which is also an instrument passed by the National Assembly, domesticated by about 31 states of the Nigerian Federation, there is still a very huge gap on issues affecting children in Nigeria, and this calls for concern. One of those gaps is the one that has to do with children's right to education. It's sad that in the whole wide world, Nigeria has the highest number of out-of-school children in Nigeria today. According to UNICEF, about 17.5 million children do not have access to education. Children in Nigeria that are involved with forced labor are over 15 million, according to the last statistics also by the UNICEF. Children have been victims of violence in the homes, violence in schools, violence even in religious places, violence in several spaces, because there are inadequate measures to protect them from abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional trauma that children face. Now, these are just some of the issues that affect the Nigerian child, and we believe that an occasion like this should be used to drum up the awareness and ask for the intervention and proactiveness of government at all levels on addressing these problems. So we're here today to further extend to you our hand of collaboration and readiness to work together with the National Human Rights Commission for the purpose of protecting the rights of Nigerian children, advancing their cause, and progressively removing Nigeria from this very odious record which we have obtained everywhere in the world. We commend the work that you have done in previous years on children's rights, but we believe that we can together do more. We can together raise awareness, and we can together initiate measures that will ensure that there are consequences for those who abuse the rights of children. Because where there are no consequences, impunity is bound to continue. So we'll be asking the National Human Rights Commission to please focus more attention on the rights of children. Like I said, because they can hardly speak out for themselves. They can hardly also take those initiatives. Even legally, if a child wants to take out a legal action, he needs a guardian, through which he can take some legal action against those who infringe on his or her right. And this is where we believe that the National Human Rights Commission should come in to ensure that we protect children and give them a very open space to air their views and to lodge complaints about those abuses that they suffer and those rights which are denied them by governments and corporate bodies in Nigeria.
In his remarks, Mr. Tony Ojukwu, Executive Secretary, CEO of NHRC, commended CALDEV for the initiative and expressed his goodwill to Nigerian children on the celebration of their day. Ojukwu, represented by Mr. Harry Obe, Director in the Department of Economic, Social and Cultural Rights of NHRC, said the Commission has a department that is dedicated to issues of children and women. He added that the committee, comprising members from both organizations, would be set up to draft a memorandum of understanding for the collaboration. He added that the committee, comprising members from both organizations, would be set up to draft a memorandum of understanding for the collaboration.
As a commission, you already pointed out that our mandate is the promotion and protection of human rights. And we look at issues of children as a very critical issue that is in the center of the actualization of the mandate of the Commission. We do not only have a department that is dedicated to issues of children and women, we also have program areas that focus on issues of children, because we believe that dealing with human rights abuses and violations is a question of vulnerability. And the fact that children are vulnerable is not in doubt. This is not because they are not intelligent or they are not as important as other human beings, but because of their age and the circumstances they find themselves, they are subject to control and possible manipulation by adults and other older members of the society. So for us to protect them, there must be a dedicated effort like you have prioritized, and then institutions like the National Human Rights Commission must work with you to ensure that the children are protected from possible violations or abuses by persons in whose custody and responsibilities they have been given to be nurtured. Because we are human beings, we cannot claim perfection, and so there's possibility of even abusing what we are supposed to protect. And that is why we need to work together in terms of developing legal framework and other policies to ensure that children are protected.